Imagine being stuck in a place where the front door is a death sentence. Step outside, you get shot. Stay inside, a deadly virus might take you out. And the worst part? The people who are supposed to save you are the ones trying to make sure nobody walks away. This is today's movie. It starts on a completely normal evening. A guy named Sergio walks into a small neighborhood bar. At that exact moment, another man steps outside, and within seconds, a gunshot rings out from somewhere nobody can see. The man drops dead on the sidewalk. People nearby scatter in every direction. The street goes dead silent. People trapped inside the bar have absolutely no idea what to do next. A man named Cynthia grabs his phone to call 911. No signal. Another guy decides to be brave and steps outside to check on the body. He gets shot too. Now everyone understands that front door is not an exit. It's a death trap. A woman named Elena suggests turning on the TV. Maybe the news has something, but there's zero coverage. Not a single word about the shooting. And when they look outside again, something even more disturbing. Both bodies are completely gone. The blood on the pavement has been wiped clean. Someone out there was covering their track carefully, professionally. Cynthia says what everyone is already thinking. Someone doesn't want any of us leaving this place alive. Sergio throws out a theory. Maybe one of them is dangerous. Maybe there's a terrorist in the room with something deadly, and whoever is outside is trying to contain the threat right here. That one sentence changes everything. Nacho immediately starts nudging his backpack under his foot, trying to hide it. Sergio catches him. The bag gets forced open. Just clothes and a hard drive. Nacho says he works at an ad agency, and it's just work files. Nobody believes him. Elena smashes the drive. Nothing inside. Nacho lost his work data for nothing. Then someone notices an unclaimed briefcase sitting on the counter. Sergio claims it's his, but the bar owner Amparo grabs it first. A guy named Israel forces it open. Women's clothing inside. No explanation, no context. Before anyone can process that, a strange sound comes from the bathroom. The door is locked from the inside. They force it open and find a heavy-set man unconscious on the floor. He had stumbled and coughing at the very beginning and had been there ever since. Next to him, a syringe. Elena quietly pockets it. Right then, military vehicles pull up outside. Everyone rushes to the door hoping for rescue, but the soldiers who step out aren't there to help. Their faces are completely covered. They pile up tires around the building, set them on fire, and leave without saying a single word. Then the news comes on. A large fire has broken out in the area. The neighborhood has been sealed off. Nobody in, nobody out. Everyone inside knows it's a lie. Then the unconscious man from the bathroom stumbles out on his own. His entire body is grotesquely swollen. His eyes look completely wrong. He collapses, and right before he dies, he manages to whisper just 3 words. "Don't touch me!" They check his phone. He wasn't just some random guy. He was a military officer. His phone is full of photos showing people in hazmat suits. The truth lands like a gut punch. The entire area has been quarantined, not because of a fire, because of a virus. This man was infected, and the infection killed him, and anyone who had touched him or his phone was now potentially exposed. That turned out to be 5 people. The rest of the group forces those 5 at gunpoint down into the basement storage room. Down in the basement, a woman named Trini starts struggling to breathe. She begs someone to open the door. Nobody moves. When she rushes toward the door herself, she knocks over some bottles. Liquid spills across the floor, and that's when someone spots a drainage grate built into the ground. A way out. Israel covers himself in cooking oil and tries to squeeze through the pipe. Too tight. He gets completely stuck. Then gunshots ring out from upstairs, followed by smoke. The 3 people left upstairs had been executed. The bar had been set on fire. Someone outside was eliminating every single witness. They pulled Israel free from the drain. Hours passed. The fire burned itself out. When they finally made it back upstairs, the entire bar was nothing but ash and rubble. Nacho spotted a gun in the debris and quietly slipped it into his waistband. Outside, people in gear were sealing off the entire property. The group stayed completely silent because if anyone out there found out 5 people were still alive inside, they would be next. Then a phone started ringing. The dead officer's phone. Elena picked up and scrolled through his messages. Someone had asked him if the vaccine was working. His reply, "No, I'm hiding in a bar bathroom. Don't come near me." And in an older message, he had written, "I still have 4 doses left." That syringe Elena had pocketed earlier, that was the vaccine. Hope hit the room like a wave. But one question immediately followed. If he had the vaccine, why did he die? The phone battery died before they could find out. They searched the basement for the doses. Nothing. Then they found Israel, already sitting in the bathroom with all 4 vaccines in his hand. 5 people. 4 doses. Israel announced that someone needed to make a sacrifice. Then, without waiting for a response, he grabbed one and injected himself on the spot. Nacho pulled the gun. A brutal fight broke out. Israel overpowered him, grabbed the gun, and in the chaos, the remaining vaccine flew out of his hand and dropped straight down into the drain below. Elena was the smallest person there. They covered her in oil and squeezed her down through the narrow opening. She dropped into the dark water below, searched through the murk, and found the vaccines. But when Nacho told her to tie them to a wire and send them back up, Elena said no. If you want them, come down here. She already knew exactly what would happen if she handed them over. 3 vaccines, 3 people up there. She would be left behind to die. The group widened the drain opening and climbed down one by one. Elena moved ahead, following a faint light in the distance. She hid the vaccines in a crevice along the way. When she climbed up to peek through a grate above, she saw police and soldiers burning the bodies of the 3 people who had been killed upstairs. Now all 4 of them were reunited in the tunnel. Nacho, Elena, Senther, and Trini. Israel and Nacho went at each other again. This time Nacho got the upper hand, grabbed the gun, and shot Israel dead. With the gun now in his hand, Nacho pointed it at Senther and demanded Elena hand over the vaccine. His logic was cold and simple. 3 vaccines, 3 survivors. Senther stays behind. Elena kept moving. The group followed her toward where she had hidden the doses. Then Trini snapped. She grabbed Senther and tried to drown him in the water, figuring it solved the math problem. Nacho pulled her off. Trini turned to him and said, "Just shoot me, then all 3 of you can live." Nacho couldn't do it. He froze. Trini took the gun from his hands, walked a few steps away, and shot herself. 3 people left, 3 vaccines. But before anyone could inject themselves, Israel reappeared, somehow still alive. He killed Senther right in front of them. Nacho and Elena ran. A staircase appeared ahead, the way out. Elena's vaccine slid from her hand and fell into the water below. Israel was right behind them on the stairs. There was no going back for it. Nacho pressed his own dose into Elena's hand. Israel grabbed Nacho's leg and dragged him down. Both men crashed to the ground below. Both died. Elena was the last one standing. She injected the final dose, pushed open the drainage cover above her, pulled herself out onto the street. Police everywhere. Military tape blocking off the entire block. A stranger draped a jacket over her trembling shoulders. Elena, barely conscious, quietly disappeared into the crowd without a word. And here's the truth the movie leaves you with. That military officer who stumbled into the bar bathroom, he was part of a classified biological weapons program. The working theory is that the military had been developing a pathogen designed for use against enemy nations, but one of their own officers got infected during the process. They had a vaccine, but this man was already too sick and his body couldn't respond to it in time. When command realized their infected officer had wandered into a civilian bar, they made a cold, calculated decision. Seal the entire area, let no one out, burn the evidence, sacrifice a handful of innocent people to prevent a nationwide outbreak. In their eyes, a few lives against the safety of millions was not even a difficult choice. But here's the question this movie really wants you to sit with. If sacrificing a small group of innocent people could genuinely save an entire country, does that make it the right call? Or is it just murder with a government signature on it? Drop your answer in the comments. And if you want more breakdowns like this one, make sure you're subscribed.